you have a business and you're thinking about hiring an employee or simply paying someone as a 1099 contractor? In this video, I will go over what the difference is, what the benefits are and drawbacks of each, and which one we use in our trucking business. Welcome back to Mystery of Money. My name's Nick, and if you're new here and you're looking for money tips and tricks, ways to make your business run more efficiently, or you're just looking for information on starting or growing a business, start now by hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications so you don't miss anything. Over the past several years, a common question has appeared in my comments. How much do I know how to pay my drivers? Well, that is a question that is going to vary based on what you haul, where your trucks travel, how many miles your trucks go, and what your base costs are. Once you figure out how much, you need to decide how you're going to pay. Let's go over the employee first, as I'm more familiar with this one and know how the structure works. As an employer, you are going to have to withhold taxes from your employees' paychecks. This is going to consist of employment taxes at a total of 12.4% for Social Security, and this is broken down as 6.2% for the employee and 6.2% for the employer. The next one is going to be Medicare, and this is split down the middle at 2.9% or 1.45% for both the employer and the employee. You will also have to withhold state and local taxes, and those will be determined by your location. In Pennsylvania, the state income tax is 3.07% of the employee's wages. If you add up all of the totals, you would be contributing 7.65% of your employee's gross wages. This would be considered a business expense, but you would still have to kick in that 7.65%. You would be responsible for withholding that money from your employee's paycheck and submitting it to the proper taxing jurisdictions. Because this is your employee's money, I would keep that in a separate account so as to not commingle the funds with your operating or your business account. The benefit of this structure is that you're taking the responsibility of filing the taxes on behalf of your employees. There are a few other expenses that are associated with this type of model. The number one expense is going to be workers' compensation. Workers' compensation insurance is calculated on the number of wages you are anticipating paying all of your employees in the next calendar year. When you first sign up, you are going to estimate how much your entire payroll is going to be, and your premium will be based on that. At the end of 1 year period, you'll receive an audit and your insurance company will determine if you need to pay anything or if you may receive a small refund. There is one caveat to this type of insurance, and that is you are not required to carry workers' comp insurance for owners of the company, but check with your accountant or your attorney when considering this type of arrangement. Now that we talked about employees, let's talk about paying someone as an independent contractor or utilizing the 1099 form. If you are going to use this method of paying contractors in your business, you need to know how it may impact your business. The contractor is pretty simple. You're going to pay that person for the job that they're doing. You do not withhold any taxes, and you do not cover any kind of insurance as far as worker compensation, liability. All of those things would be covered by your contractors. If you pay your workers as contractors, they will have to keep taxes back out of their paychecks, which can be problematic come tax time if they haven't set anything aside. This is by far the easiest way to pay people that work in your company. The issue that this causes is that the IRS is very strict when it comes to this type of arrangement. There are certain conditions that you have to meet in order to not send up any red flags. The definition of a contractor is, according to the IRS, an individual is an independent contractor if the payer has the right to control or direct only the result of the work and not what will be done and how it will be done. An example is a landscaper. I hire a landscaper to do the front of my house. I just say I want it to look nice. I don't determine when they come, what they do, or anything like that. I am paying them, well, one is a business, but let's say I'm a general contractor and one of my subcontracts is landscaping. I'm just paying them to do the landscaping around a finished project. Therefore, they are a contractor. But it also stipulates you are not an independent contractor if you perform services that can be controlled by an employer, what will be done and how it will be done. This applies even if you are giving freedom of action. What matters is the employer has a legal right to control the details of how the services are performed. In the trucking industry, there's a lot of companies that want to get around the taxes by classifying their drivers as contractors. Unfortunately, when the IRS looks at the classification and the duties assigned, they make the ultimate determination on whether your driver is a contractor or an employee. If you were to get a misclassification audit, it could result in fines and an increased penalties on your workers' compensation insurance that you would have to get. If you're not sure how you should classify people that work for you, consult an accountant. A good rule of thumb is if you control where, when, and how the jobs are to be completed, then you have an employee. If you only control what needs to be completed, you may have a contractor. Again, talk to an accountant or an attorney. Now, for the way we run our business, we have everyone on payroll. Even the members of my LLC are on payroll. Since we are classified as a subchapter S corporation, we need to pay reasonable salaries to anyone working in the business. We also control when our drivers have to pick up loads. We also determine which equipment they drive, and effectively where they go during the week. We also find it easier to take care of taxes rather than worry about the employees are withholding their taxes and they don't have the money come tax time. No one likes to get a wage garnishment letter from the state or the federal government. In order to make sure that we're doing everything correctly, we use QuickBooks Full Service Payroll. Through this program, all of our quarterly and annual taxes are paid. I'll leave a referral link down below and you can check it out to see if it may fit your business. Each week when I do payroll, I take the gross amount, which is all the pay plus any of the taxes we will pay as an employer, and I put that into a separate bank account. So I always know that the money is available to make those payments. This is where businesses can get into a lot of trouble. If you don't separate that money, you could find yourself accidentally using your employees' withholdings to pay bills, and then you're short come tax time. Whether you choose to pay as an employee or a contractor, that's going to be dependent on what type of business you have. Again, consult with an attorney or an accountant to make sure that you classify them correctly. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I wish you the best of luck in your business, and until next time, have a great day.